Well, Coach, we are just about set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. A few moments ago, they raised the 12th man banner, and this place, as usual, rocking and rolling. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Able to find Isabella. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 2nd down, Elliott. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run, and you could hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now this now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Nothing too fancy there, a simple toss left, but for whatever reason, the defense, they didn't seem ready for it.
Let me continue on with your thought right there, because after the play was over, I kept my eyes on the defenders. Watch them get off the ground, going back to the huddle, shaking their heads and kind of pointing to each other like, what just happened there? I think you were onto something.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Cardinals' 36-yard line.
Green 80. Drop deep. Hey. Green 80.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson throwing again. And it's caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
You got three down.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And able to find Kirk complete. A huge play there for Arizona. And even 40 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go.
from the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On third down, Murray will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson now to throw again. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they finally get him down at the other 46. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Green 80. I'll go special. I'll go special.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Let's go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flushed out right. That's complete into the hands of Carson. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. To Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. He goes 105 yards on the kick return as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you that. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Philip Dorsett with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
First down, Cardinals.
Murray now on 1st down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They give to Elliott. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 45-yard line.
Green 80. Zebra. Run left. We got 3 left.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Point after, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coach.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Jaron Reed able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'm guaranteeing he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
36 yards on the play. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Play fake. Murray. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now he lets it go deep for, he's got it at the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Come on, let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 81 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The point after is good, and the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Throwing on first down is Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point up and through. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Flush to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
First and 10.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Carson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 12-yard line.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
They run it with Carson, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Move 15. 36 power.
Strong right. Strong right. 3 down. 3 down. Go.
Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He's going to go up top for the end. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Disley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now the extra point. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd and 12, Murray completes it to Fitzgerald. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals.
Switch. Check 9. Out.
A first down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
57, Mike 57. Here we go.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Cardinals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He'll buy some time. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Rolling to, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's Elliott. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Let's get it. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Defense wins championships, baby. 45.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. The extra point up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 30, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Shotgun now from Murray. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Murray now on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He's going to air one out. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Here's Murray from midfield. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.